Yeah, and this is a name, Kelly, that people know. Michael Dell. He's kind of the last man standing from the Windows PC era. I mean, Hewlett-Packard's been broken up every which way, most recently into HP Inc. and HP Enterprise. Dell Technologies, meanwhile, its market cap is now 50% bigger than those two combined. Remember, Carl Icahn tried an activist takeover of Dell 8 years ago, and Michael needed to rethink the company. It turns out one of his best allies in that process was his wife, Susan.
Well, she's not only my life partner, but my thought partner. And, you know, as I went through all of these various challenges and opportunities, she's been right there with me, you know, kind of thinking through all the various alternatives and, you know, knowing a lot of the people and having, I would say, much deeper insights into people than I, you know, sort of naturally have.
Really?
So, you know, in many ways, she's kind of a secret weapon here because, you know, she can understand people, you know, much better than I can, and that also understanding the business context and what we're trying to achieve. You know, I couldn't have asked for a better partner for 32 years now.
He told me she was also helpful when he was trying to figure out which executives were really going to stick around from EMC and VMware when he was trying to figure that part out. Now, I was talking to Dell last week for the launch of his book, Play Nice But Win. A lot of it deals with how he navigated that tumultuous time for the company. And another major theme is the value he saw when the popular narrative was, well, PCs were dead, everything but the public cloud was dead. Dell knew that wasn't quite true.
It's really hard to run up against those narratives that are super popular. I mean, certainly, I think people are starting to understand that it's not the public cloud you know, only, right? It's multi-cloud. Today, VMware is having its VMworld conference, talking all about cross-cloud services. There's enormous growth at the edge. I think everyone is starting to understand that distributed computing will be even more distributed in the future. And that's going to mean, and certainly, you know, when we look at our business and the growth in our cloud infrastructure, it's quite robust. So, you know, that was a narrative. Maybe it's still out there for all I know, but you know, we're growing nicely in the face of it.
You mentioned VMware there. Michael Dell is the chairman of that $61 billion company that was part of Dell until earlier this year. A couple of points of insight from him here. One, investors need to understand the cloud isn't all or nothing, just like mobile wasn't all or nothing. We can talk about the idea of edge computing and why that matters. Two, we should be careful coming out of the pandemic when it comes to narratives on things like remote and hybrid work. I suspect it's not going to change every single company to the degree that some people are saying.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.